What if I told you your car could last 1,000,000 miles? Not just survive, but thrive. No breakdowns on the highway, no surprise repair bills, just smooth, reliable driving for decades. Sounds impossible, right? Well, Japan has already figured it out. In this video, we're diving into 11 real secrets from Japanese car owners, mechanics, and engineers. Habits that have helped cars like the Toyota Hiace, Honda Civic, and Nissan Sunny cross the 1,000,000 mile mark. These aren't gimmicks. They're time-tested, mechanic-approved, and surprisingly simple, but almost no one outside Japan talks about them. Let's start with the first secret, and it's not what you think. Secret number 1. Treat your car like a living thing. In Japan, many drivers see their cars as companions. Not just machines, but partners in daily life. There's even a word for it, mono no aware, a quiet respect for things that serve us. This mindset changes everything. Instead of waiting for something to break, Japanese owners check in with their cars regularly. They listen for strange sounds. They notice small changes in how the engine feels. They clean the interior not just for looks, but to preserve the car's spirit. It's not superstition, it's psychology. When you treat your car like something that matters, you naturally take better care of it. You don't skip oil changes, you don't ignore warning lights. You drive gently because you care, and that care adds up. Over time, it's the difference between a car that dies at 150,000 miles and one that's still going strong at 800,000. Secret number 2. Change your oil like clockwork, but not just. Any oil, Japanese mechanics are obsessed with oil, and for good reason. Oil is the lifeblood of your engine. It keeps everything moving smoothly, reduces friction, and prevents overheating. But here's the twist. In Japan, many drivers change their oil more often than the manual suggests. Some do it every 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers, especially if they drive in stop-and-go traffic or short city trips. They also use high-quality synthetic oil, even in older cars. Why? Because synthetic oil resists breakdown better, especially in extreme temperatures. It keeps the engine cleaner and reduces sludge buildup. And they don't just change the oil, they check it weekly. They pull out the dipstick, look at the color, smell it, and top it off if needed. It's a small habit, but it prevents big problems. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't skip it for months, right? Same with oil. It's basic care, but it's the foundation of a 1,000,000-mile engine. Secret number 3. Coolant isn't just for summer. It's a lifesaver year-round. Most people think of coolant as something you deal with when your car overheats, but in Japan it's treated as a critical system, one that needs regular flushing, inspection, and care. Why? Because overheating is one of the fastest ways to destroy an engine. Japanese mechanics recommend flushing the coolant every 40,000 to 60,000 kilometers. They check the radiator for leaks, inspect hoses for cracks, and make sure the cooling fan is working properly. Even the thermostat gets attention. And here's something most people miss. They use distilled water when mixing coolant. Tap water can contain minerals that build up inside the radiator and cause corrosion. Distilled water keeps the system clean. It's a quiet habit. No one brags about it. But it's one of the reasons Japanese engines stay cool, clean, and reliable, even after decades on the road. Secret number 4, drive like a monk, not a racer. This one's about behavior. In Japan, aggressive driving is rare. People accelerate gently, brake smoothly, and avoid sudden lane changes. It's not just about safety, it's about preserving the car. Every hard acceleration puts stress on the engine. Every sudden stop wears down the brakes. Every sharp turn strains the suspension. Japanese drivers know this, so they drive with intention. They coast when possible. They anticipate traffic. They avoid potholes like they're sacred ground, and it works. Studies show that gentle driving can reduce wear and tear by up to 50%. It also improves fuel economy and lowers emissions. It's not flashy, you won't win any races, but if you want your car to last 1,000,000 miles, drive like you're trying to make it to 1,000,000, not just to the next red light. Secret number 5, rotate your tires religiously and check pressure weekly. Tires are the only part of your car that touches the road. They affect everything: handling, fuel efficiency, safety, and even suspension wear. In Japan, tire rotation is a ritual. Every 10,000 kilometers, like clockwork. Front tires wear differently than rear ones, especially in front-wheel drive cars. Rotating them ensures even wear and extends their life. But that's not all. Japanese drivers check tire pressure weekly. Not monthly, weekly. They use digital gauges, not just the ones at gas stations, and they adjust pressure based on season and load. Why does this matter? Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, which strains the engine and burns more fuel. Overinflated tires reduce grip and wear unevenly. Both can lead to blowouts or poor handling. By keeping tires balanced, rotated, and properly inflated, Japanese drivers protect their cars from the ground up. It's simple, but it's powerful. Secret number 6, clean the undercarriage, especially after rain or snow. This one's rarely talked about, but it's huge. Japan gets a lot of rain, and in snowy regions, roads are treated with salt. Both can cause rust, especially underneath the car where most people never look. So Japanese car owners wash the undercarriage regularly. Some do it monthly, others after every storm. They use pressure washers or drive-through car washes with underbody jets. They also inspect for rust. If they see any, they treat it immediately with rust converter, sealant, or even professional repair. Rust doesn't just look bad. It eats away at the frame, suspension, brake lines, and fuel tank. Left unchecked, it can total a car, even if the engine is perfect. By keeping the undercarriage clean, Japanese drivers protect the parts most people forget, and that's why their cars stay solid, safe, and roadworthy for decades. Secret number 7, follow the shaken mentality, even if you're not in Japan. In Japan, every car must pass a strict inspection called shaken every 2 years. It checks everything: brakes, suspension, lights, emissions, even the frame. If something's off, it must be fixed. This system creates a culture of proactive maintenance. People don't wait for problems. They prevent them. Even outside Japan, you can adopt this mindset. Schedule a full inspection every 12 to 24 months. Not just oil and filters, everything. Ask your mechanic to check the timing belt, spark plugs, battery, transmission fluid, brake pads, and suspension bushings. It might cost a bit upfront, but it saves thousands in breakdowns, towing, and emergency repairs. Think of it like a health checkup. Catch issues early, and your car stays healthy. Ignore them, and you're gambling with every drive. 1,000,000-mile cars aren't lucky. They're cared for. And the shaken mentality is the blueprint. Secret number 8, the Kaizen philosophy. Small improvements, big results. In Japanese manufacturing, there's a word that guides everything: Kaizen. It means continuous improvement. Not big leaps, not flashy upgrades. Just small, steady refinements, day after day. This philosophy doesn't just apply to factories, it shows up in how Japanese drivers care for their cars. They don't wait for something to break before upgrading. They improve things gradually: a better air filter, a quieter tire, a smoother transmission fluid. They keep logs of what's been done, what's due next, and what could be optimized. Even something as simple as switching to a higher quality fuel additive is seen as a Kaizen step. Not mandatory, but beneficial. And over time, these micro improvements compound. They reduce wear, improve efficiency, extend life. Million-mile cars aren't built in a day. They're built in moments, small decisions that add up to something extraordinary. Secret number 9, respect for the mechanic, not just the machine. In Japan, mechanics are treated with deep respect. They're not just fixers, they're caretakers, advisors, sometimes even friends. This relationship changes how cars are maintained. Drivers don't just drop off their vehicles and hope for the best. They ask questions, they listen, they build trust, and mechanics respond with honesty, precision, and pride. Shops are clean, tools are organized, diagnoses are thorough, and repairs are done with care, not shortcuts. This mutual respect creates a feedback loop. Drivers feel empowered to maintain their cars properly. Mechanics feel motivated to do their best work. And the car benefits from both. In the West, we often see maintenance as a transaction. In Japan, it's a relationship. And that relationship is one of the quiet engines behind million-mile reliability. Secret number 10. Interior care isn't cosmetic. It's psychological. Most people think of interior cleaning as a cosmetic thing. Vacuum the seats, wipe the dash, done. But in Japan, interior care is seen as part of the car's health and the driver's. A clean cabin reduces stress. It makes driving feel smoother, calmer, more intentional. It encourages better habits, gentler braking, more focused attention, less aggressive behavior. It also prevents wear. Dust can clog vents, dirt can damage switches, spills can corrode electronics. Japanese drivers often keep microfiber cloths in the glove box. They clean surfaces weekly, they avoid eating in the car, and they treat the interior like a sacred space, not a trash bin. This might sound minor, but it's part of the million-mile mindset. Respect the space, and you'll respect the machine. Secret number 11, battery maintenance. The silent killer. Most people ignore batteries, don't get much attention until they die. But in Japan, battery care is proactive. Drivers check voltage regularly. They clean terminals to prevent corrosion. They replace batteries before they fail, not after. Why does this matter? Because a weak battery strains the alternator. It causes misfires. It can even damage the ECU. And when electronics start glitching, everything from fuel injection to transmission timing can go haywire. Japanese mechanics often recommend replacing the battery every 3 to 5 years, even if it still works. It's not wasteful, it's preventive. They also use battery maintainers for cars that sit unused. These devices keep the charge stable and prevent sulfation, which shortens battery life. It's a quiet habit, but it protects the heart space of the car's electrical system, and that's essential for long-term reliability. So, what's the real secret? It's not just the oil, or the tires, or the coolant. It's the mindset. Japanese drivers don't see maintenance as a chore. They see it as respect for the car, for the journey, for the people they carry, and that mindset creates habits. Habits that prevent problems before they start. Habits that keep engines clean, suspensions tight, and frames rust-free. You don't need to live in Japan to adopt these secrets. You just need to care, to check in, to drive gently, to listen, because every mile adds up. And with the right habits, your car won't just survive, it'll thrive. 1 million miles. It's not a dream, it's a decision. If this video made you rethink how you treat your car, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that's shifting from reactive repairs to proactive care, one habit at a time. Every week we uncover overlooked truths about car ownership, maintenance psychology, and the emotional bond between you and your machine.